I've got a fun property north of Laramie, Wyoming. My name is Miles McLaughlin here at Wilco Land, rolling out this 105 acres today. It's in Albany County. I love listing larger acreages like this. There's a massive target audience. People come out here for recreation, for ranching, and just for pure land investment at the price we're asking. I don't think you're going to find a better price per acre in the state of Wyoming that does have road access to it and has a lot going on, right? So let me walk you through this listing. I'm going to go through a few of the photos. In this video, I'm going to show you the property on satellite imagery. I'm going to teach you how you can go view the property and talk about some of those FAQs and who the target audience might be for a piece of land like this. And one of the main things I will talk about is giving you directions to this piece of land. So the previous owner left his camper out there that comes with the property. Property is being sold as is. Whatever's out there is yours to keep. I think that's the only thing on the property from what our photographer could capture. You guys can see in the distance a windmill farm. So we think about, target audience, how do you use a property like this? There will be a group of people that are just looking for dirt in Wyoming. This is a really solid land investment. You can go on Zillow, and I promise we're going to be one of the best deals in the state of Wyoming. We do that because we move land fast. We do offer seller financing as well, but we're in the business of buying and selling lands. We don't hold these assets. We offer a lot of wholesale pricing out there on the market to move our inventory pretty quick. The next thing I want to talk about is, this is a property. This does a really good job of showing you what we own. I'll kind of circle it here, and you can see that. Here's what the road access looks like and everything. So the photos do a really good job of depicting essentially what you're buying out here, showing some of the roads, showing what the property looks like and all that good stuff. So it looks like the property, maybe the neighbors have fenced it or the previous owner did. I was never aware of any of that until I got these photos back. So the property might actually be mostly fenced out there. You'll have to go look on your own, and we'll look at satellite imagery to see if we can find some indication or maybe see that fencing from satellite imagery. And like I said, I think the camper comes with the property. So, and you've got these two trees that were planted out there, which is kind of funny. This is a pretty cool spread. Who's the target audience? You're out there on your dirt bikes, you're out there romping around on the property, hunting, shooting range. Maybe you're pulling some campers out there. Maybe you just want to go stargaze and put some yurts up, right? Whatever it may be, there are people that actually live out here full time too, believe it or not. So it is a full spectrum. You want to live out here full time. You want to do kind of some sort of homestead. You've got 105 acres, run some cattle out here, use it for recreation, hunting, camping, or even it's 100 acres north of Laramie. At this asking price, it's a heck of an investment as well. I'm really bullish on land as an asset. There's a land rush happening, especially in states like Wyoming, Montana, places like that people just aren't talking about. There's some wetlands features that come through the property in the south end, which is really cool. And it looks like our photographer captured that in some of these photos. So that's awesome to see that. This is a huge pro to this property, a live stream and some wetland features going through it. I think that's a huge selling point on a piece of land like this. Let's go through the listing a little bit more. I'll talk about access here in a second. You guys can read through the listing description. We talk about the hunting unit, elk, mule deer, and antelope. I'll show you what it looks like on satellite imagery here in a minute too. Zoned agriculture. You can read more about what's allowed in agriculture zoning on the county website there. Again, camping is going to be allowed. The land we think is off grid and undeveloped. There could be power lines nearby that I'm unaware of. So if you are viewing it, just keep your eyes peeled for maybe neighbors with power or power lines, or if people are using solar and things like that. Camping and RVs are allowed and mobile homes are allowed too. So when it comes to septic and well or water and sewer, you're going to be installing a well or a septic system, or some folks are using like delivery water in areas like this and getting that water delivered and shipped out every few months. So those are all options for a listing like this. Let's pull up the property on a map and give you a bird's eye view of where we're located. We're north of Laramie, Wyoming here, right around Medicine Bow off Highway 487, just off Highway 32. So this is where we're located here. And then let's show you what the property looks like on satellite imagery. It's a flat property. These property lines are somewhat off. You see how the road technically should be, I'll kind of draw it out. The road really should be running along the property line here in this way. What I'm using here is a satellite imagery. It overlays plat maps on top of this. This property does have legal access. All the lines are just shifted a little bit off Man O' War Road. So we'll get out of that. So this shows you kind of what we're looking at. And I want to pause on satellite imagery before I get into directions here and just show you people are using these properties out here. There are people living out here too. And, you can see that if we go up north. Look at that. I mean, people are, using these properties. It's not uncommon for people to use these type of properties. You can see there's barn dominiums out here. There's maybe pole barns, there's shops. This almost looks like somebody's residence. And maybe it's just a vacation spot, but, keep that in mind. And here's another person using their property down here. Maybe looks like a camper spread. They've got some boats. They maybe use it for storage and weekend use. I'm making massive assumptions here, but yeah, you can see people are spread out here, taking advantage of these extremely rural and remote properties. So let's jump into, access. I want to talk about that. That's going to be something big here. So here's what it looks like on Onyx Maps. This is my favorite app to use for land viewing. So I want to talk about that first and foremost. Plug the GPS coordinates into Onyx Maps here. Again, my favorite app for land viewings. The access is a little funky on this one. So basically, there's a couple of routes you can take in here. Number one, you're coming off Highway 30 just north of Rock River here, and you'd head up Marshall Road, which is County Road 610, and you'll keep going up Marshall Road, and eventually, it looks like you can come in from, the east up here. So you keep coming up Marshall Road past Como Bluffs here. See that Marshall Road brings you here. Your intuition is going to say, let's just go straight east. There's no access straight east. There's a big ranch right here. There's no easement through that. So actually you keep taking Marshall Road, and I've got this noted here in black. You can see the route that's in black right here. And you actually head all the way north, and then this will jog you over east. And then you come through this subdivision and you're on Sir Barton Lane. And there's multiple ways to get down here, but basically what you want to try to do is get to Man-O-War. And that's right here. You can come all the way down south. You cross over here, and then you access a property right here. There's another crossing on this road right here too. So you could take this Byerly Drive as well. That comes down to, so like I said, there's multiple ways to get through the subdivision. So there's this black line, then there's this way too. You could take Sir Barton Lane down to Byerly Drive, which would bring you all the way down to the property as well. Do you see Byerly Drive keeps coming south? This might even be a better access route, but Byerly Drive comes down through here, and then you'd get back up on this road right here, which is Count Fleet Drive, and then you'd head south again on Man-O-War. And here's somebody down here too. We already showed you that imagery. So the other way to access is you can actually come in off Highway 487 north of Medicine Bow, and you're going to get on this County Road 262. See that? And that's going to take you up to the northeast. And then you're eventually going to run back into that same access point. And you're going to head north. You're going to shoot east, and you're going to come down basically through this subdivision. You're either going to take Byerly, which is right here, to be clear, or you can keep jogging over and eventually get to Man-O-War Drive right here and come south off Sir Barton Lane. Either way, right, you're taking Byerly Drive south, or you're taking Man-O-War Drive south. Sir Barton Lane can get you to both of those areas, it looks like. So Sir Barton Lane can get you to Byerly. And again, your two access routes come off Highway 487 onto County Road 262, or you're coming in from the south. From what I'm told, this road off 262 is a better access route. So come in off, County Road 262. It's going to turn into 9 Mile Road. You're going to head north on Marshall Road here, and that's going to bring you up into that subdivision. So that's access to the property. As you can see, you're surrounded by, lakes, BLM lands, hunting and fishing points. So when I look at a property like this, there's a lot of outdoor recreation nearby. You get a ton of land to yourself. Where are you going to find 100 acres for, less than $1,000 an acre? It's a pretty unique land deal, and we pride ourselves in offering some of the best deals in the market. So if you're interested in something like this, just give us a call. I do have other listings in Wyoming I'll pull up if anybody's interested. We've got stuff out in South Dakota, Wyoming, places like that as well. But give us a call if you have interest in this. You can reach us here at 605-299-5553. You're welcome to go view the property on your own anytime as well. So again, you can take a peek at the spread of what we have in Wyoming right now. Again, give us a call if you have any questions about these properties. We're happy to help you out. Thanks for tuning in.